as a medicine. So today what we are going to discuss, that is about the medicinal aspect of jala. So so what are the actions of jala it is having, so where it can be indicated, so many conditions. So we used to treat the diseases by using jala. So I think maybe, so some of the conditions where if you have not provided the sufficient quantity of the jala as it is required, so it may cause, so you are, I think you are unable to believe that sometimes if the sufficient quantity of the sufficient amount of water if you are not getting, so it may lead to death of a person. It may lead to death of a person. Okay, the simple example you can take atisara, that is gudena bahudrava saranam atisaram, the excessive, the expulsion of that in liquid form, drava mala pravrutti, it is the ati pravrutti of mala in the form of dravayukta mala, they used to expel it out. So in such type of conditions, if you are not treating properly, so it may lead to sometimes the electrolyte imbalance may occur. So due to the electrolyte imbalance, the person maybe becomes confusion, or sometimes the renal failure may occur, and finally it may lead to death. Even some symptoms, some the diseases like the vomiting, chardi, in such type of conditions, if you are not treating properly, if you are not using the sufficient quantity of water, so whatever it is going to expel it out, so the same amount of that we have to fulfill, that is just by giving the IV fluids, intravenous, the intake of the fluids, or sometimes like the mustapaniya or shadangapaniya. So such type of the preparations, they are helpful in controlling the diseases. And meanwhile, it that balances the equilibrium state of the fluid in the sharira. Okay, so there are so many conditions where we are using the jala as the main the medicaments, the treatment. So another example, if you want to treat the ashmari, so the important medicine is jala. So there are so many the conditions. So many times we used to ask the patient to take the plenty of water. You can take the plenty of the coconut water, ikshurasa, or the kulatta kvata. You can in the form of you can take the kulatta, the extract. It is in the form of the liquid. So there are so many conditions we used to treat with the help of jala itself. Okay, so regarding what we are discussing, there is the medicinal values, medicinal importance, along with what we are getting the information regarding jala in the Samhita period or in Vedic period. Okay, so don't write in general what you know about the jala. So while explaining about 5 marks question or 10 marks question, so you have to write in the brief. You can write about introduction. So there you can put your what you know, the modern point of view, so that you can mention. But later, according to Ayurveda, so what is the main source? The source for jala, the main source for jala, and so what are the components, which rasa is predominant, so what are the gunas, so in which conditions it is mentioned. So all those things you can explain in detail. Okay, so we'll see one by one. So this is the rainy season. Okay, so regarding the jala, we are getting information since from Veda Kala. So in Vedic period, in Vedic text, so I think you come across with like the Rudrabhisheka, where it is the Rudrabhisheka is, it is very very familiar, or it is liked by the Lord Shiva. So here we used to put water in like Dharapatra. So there will be continuous pouring of water over the head of the Lord Shiva. So there they used to consider it is like Vishwa Beshaja in those period. In a Vedic period, they are using it in like Vishnu Beshija. So if any type of the diseases are there, they used to treat along with the jala. Like you can put tulsi, the patra in jala, or you can put like the patranga in the jala. So there are different dravyas. So those dravyas are mixed with the jala, and they used to prescribe, they used to give, okay, they used to treat different the type of diseases by using the simple, that is in jala. Nowadays we are also using, that is aqueous extract. So there are most of the active principles are soluble in water. So such type of the preparations they used to prescribe, and they used to treat the diseases. Okay. So in the introduction, as jala is one of the important dravya, as you all know, what is dravya? It is a substance. So it is one of the important substance to for the survival of the jangama dravya or udbhida dravyas. So whatever it may be, if you take the jangama dravyas, that is gacchati iti jangamam tasya bhavah jangamam, one which moves with their limbs, one which moves from one place to another place. So you can take like dogs, cows, elephants, or the human beings, or the birds, any type of the animals, any type of animals, and even the stavara dravyas, that is the udbhida dravyas. Udvidya prithivim jayate iti udbhidam. Udvidya prithivim jayate, one which comes out by piercing the soil. So any type of the udbhida dravyas, the plants, herbs, shrubs, trees, for their survival, it needs or it requires the jala. If jala is not there, even the plants are also, they are unable to survive. Not only the human beings, not only the animals, but even the udbhida dravyas, the plants, herbs, shrubs, trees, or creepers. So whatever you can take. So even the plants, one which grows in desert area, there it also require for their growth. It requires some amount of water. The required amount of water, if it is not getting, so definitely it is going to die. Okay, so that's why Acharya says, so for the jangama dravya or stavara dravya or whatever it may be the dravyas, so for their survivalence, so jala is most important. If you are not getting the required amount of jala, so it may lead to it may produce so many diseases, or it may cause the death of that particular person or the drugs. Okay, it shows that the only one line you can say about the importance of jala. Okay, so as you all know, it is one among the Panchamahabhuta, that is Prithvi, Aap, Teja, Vayu, and Akasha. So as we are considering the Ayurveda, one of the basic fundamentals of Ayurveda is Panchamahabhuta Siddhanta. So with the help of this Panchamahabhuta Siddhanta, we used to treat so many conditions. Okay, almost all the diseases you can treat with the help of this Panchamahabhuta Siddhanta only. So among them, so jala is one of the Mahabhuta. With the help of this, we used to treat. Okay, so regarding the jala, the informations we are getting in the classic text, like Charaka Samhita, Shushruta Samhita, or Vakbhata, like Ashtanga Sangraha, Ashtanga Hridaya, or Kashyapa Samhita. So, or you take any of the Samhitas, so they have explained in detail about the jala. So depending upon the sources, depending upon the yoni, so from where they are collecting the jala, for what purpose they are collecting the jala, so where it can be given, where it should not be given, so what are the qualities. So like this, in detail we are getting informations in the classical textbook. Even the Nigantus also, they have explained very beautifully regarding the jala. Even the modern textbooks, that we are not getting some of the informations, but such type of informations are available in Ayurvedic textbook. There are so many the research activities are going on till today. There are so many research activities are going on about the jalas. Okay, so if you search in Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana 27th chapter, Charaka Samhita Sutrasthana 27th chapter, so you will get detailed description of jala. And Shushruta Samhita Sutrasthana 45th chapter, Shushruta Samhita Sutrasthana 45th chapter, so you will get a detailed description of jala varga. And also in Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasthana, Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasthana 5th chapter, so there also you will get the detailed description. There are the name of the chapter they have given, like Drava Dravya Vijnaniya, Drava Dravya Vijnaniya Adhyaya. The name itself suggests that. So about the jalas, about the different the liquid things they used to describe. Even Ashtanga Sangraha explain that is depending upon how you are going to collect. So from which places you are going to collect the jala, like Udbhida Dravyas, there are 8 types of jala used to describe. Okay, already you have come across with this jala varga in the Ashtanga Hridaya, already have gone through. But here what we used to study in detail, that is Dravyani Gunakarmani. That is, we are going to study about the guna and karma of a dravya, that is jala. So the individual type of jala and what are its properties and where it is indicated. So it is very important while explaining the jala in dravya guna. Okay, so that we'll discuss. And Chanaka considered jala as the base for rasa. And already you come across with the concept of rasa. And also rasanivritti vishesha hetu, that is tatra rasanartho rasastasya dravyamapah kshitistata, rasanartho rasastasya dravyamapah kshitistata, nivruttau cha vishesha cha pratyayah kadyastrayah, rasanartho rasastasya dravyam apah kshitistata. The rasa which is formed by it is formed by the combination, the main two predominant mahabhutas. That is rasanartho rasastasya. The artha of rasanendriya is called as rasa. The artha of rasanendriya, rasanartho rasastasya. The artha of rasanendriya is called as rasa, which is formed by the combination of rasanartho rasastasya dravyam apah kshitistata. That rasa is mainly formed by the combination of Aap and Prithvi Mahabhuta. Mainly formed by the combination of Aap and Prithvi Mahabhuta. Okay, rasanartho rasastasya dravyam apah kshitistata, nivruttau cha vishesha cha, nivruttau, that remaining the mahabhutas, vishesha cha pratyayah kadyastrayah, they used to give the specific, the taste, specific rasa is going to be formed by the remaining mahabhutas. As the jala is the main, the base for the utpatti of a dravya, any type of dravya if you take. Okay, in case of Vepadeshastu Bhuyasam, Tatra Ambu Yonya Agni Pavana Navasam Samavayatah Tannivrittir Visheshascha Vepadeshastu Bhuyasam. So there the predominance of the Mahabhuta is going to give specific name like Jangama Dravya, like Appe Dravyas, Parthiva Dravyas. So there he used to explain Ambu Yonya, that is the jala is the yoni for the utpatti of any kind of the dravyas in this universe. Okay, so without jala, so we are unable to assume that, so for the utpatti of any kind of the dravyas. If you want to take simple example, the stone ashmari, so for the utpatti of that ashmari, jala is required. There is some but the quantity of jala is less, but still for the utpatti of that the stone or ashmari, so the jala is must needed. Okay, if you want to take prepare the pot, so there the Prithvi Mahabhuta is also predominant, but to give a definite structure for the combination of that the Parthiva Dravyas, so jala is must required. Okay, so by all this you can come to know that about the importance of jala. Okay, so jala is essential in health as well as in disease conditions. Okay, like you can quote the conditions like Atisara conditions, Trushna, Mutra Kruchra, Jvara. Even if you search in the Davidson's, for medicine, for medical, the textbooks, we used to call like the Davidson medicine, the textbooks. So there they used to, the first line of treatment for the Jvara, he used to say is like the continuous tapid, the sponging. So simple, you can, if the person is suffering with the fever or jvara, so you can, to reduce the jvara, there is sandhapa, so you can, the tapid sponging is sufficient. Okay, so this is mentioned in the Davidson textbook itself. Okay, so it is the main treatment, like Atisara, Trushna, Mutra Kruchra, Jvara, there are so many diseases. Okay, so are mainly treated with help of Jala Mahabhuta or with the help of Jala. So, what are the synonyms of jala? Paniyam, please note on these synonyms. So, you have to write in this format. Okay, if they ask for 5 marks question. So, Paniyam, salilam, neeram, khilalam, jala, ambucha, apo, va, vari, kim, toyam, payaha, kam, toyam, payaha, patastato, udakam, jeevanam, vanam, ambhor, arno, amrutam, ganarasau, apicha, ganarasau, apicha. There are 3-line shlokas. So that is from Bhavaprakash Nigantu. Okay, so paniyam, as you all know, like Shadanga Paniya, Sarivadi Panaka. So Paniya, the word, it is a Sanskrit name. So Paniya is a Sanskrit name for Jala. Okay, so Paniyam, Salilam, Salilam, Salilam. So Salilam is also, it is a synonym for Jala. Neeram. So Neeram, commonly we are using the Kannada name or the local name, Neeru. That is the Sanskrit name is Neeram. Neeram. And also already come across with this in case of, according to Sharangadhara, Neeram Ushnam Vachayavaha. That is in case of Lekani Mahakasha, I think. Okay. There he used to say, Dhatun Malan Vadehasya Vishoshayet. Kshaudram Neeram Ushnam Vachayavaha. So there also they used to say Neeram Ushnam, that is Ushna Jala. Ushna Jala helpful for Lekana Karma. For Lekana Karma, they used to use these synonyms. Lekana Karma, okay? So Neeram, Khilalam, it is another name for this Jala. It is Jala, Ambu, Apa, Vari, Thoya, Payaha. So even usually Paya means we used to consider it is a synonym for Kshira also. But even the Paya synonym is given to this Jala also. Udhaka, Jeevana. See the name. The name itself, it indicates how much. Jeevanam Ayu Tasmayetam Jeevaniyam. The drugs, one which gives Ayu, one which increases the Ayu. That is Jeevana. Jeevanam. Okay, Jeevanam is a synonym of Jala. Vanam, Ambhor, Arno, Amrutam. Even the Jala synonym they have given as Amruta. Amruta is synonym for Jala also. Ghana Rasa. So Ghana Rasa is also synonym for Jala. Okay. So you write minimum 5 to 10 synonyms you have to remember. So Paniya, Salila, Neera, Khilala, Jala, Ambu, Apa, Vari, Toya, Paya, Udhaka, Jeevana, Amruta, Ghanarasa. Okay. So all these are the synonyms of Jala. Okay. So what are the common properties of Jala? Common properties, not we are going to about in detail discuss the individual properties of Jala here. Like Tadaka Jala or Toya Jala, Nadi Jala. There are different types of Jalas. So that we'll discuss later. But here what we're discussing, the common properties. So after explaining about the synonyms, so you can write the general properties of Jala. Okay. So Paniyam Sramanashanam. See how much it is they are explaining in detail, and how much as we are daily with using one, like these conditions, but we are not aware. Okay. So see the Paniyam Shramanashanam, Klamaharam, Murcha Pipasapaham, Tandra, Chardi, Vibhanda, Hrud, Balakaram, Nidraharam, Tarpanam, Hrudyam, Guptarasam, Hyajirnasamam, Nityam Hitam Shitalam, Nityam Hitam Shitalam. See one by one. So what are the common properties of the Jalas? Here mainly he highlighting the conditions or the actions of the Jala where it can be used. Okay. So Shramanashanam. So whenever you are going to feel the tiredness, or when you came from outside, or especially in the summer season, or when you are doing some any work, so the physical, the tiredness. So after that, if you can take just by the intake of jala, the 50% of shrama they used to come down just by the intake of jala. Okay, shramanashanam, klamaharam. See, klama, there's a discomfortness. There are so many conditions where there will be somewhat we are feeling, we're not feeling some comfortableness. So that the klama, discomfortness will be come down just by the intake of jala. Murcha, I think you are very very well versed with this. So if there is any person, if the murcha occurs, immediately we used to sprinkle the cold water. We used to sprinkle over his face. So immediately, so the person he used to regain his consciousness, where there will be a loss of consciousness. So maybe due to the sunstroke, sunstroke, the person may fall, or sometimes the disease conditions like in case of epilepsy, where the person he used to fall. So immediately he used to lose his consciousness. So we used to sprinkle the cold water over his face. So immediately he used to regain this consciousness. Okay, there is murcha. And pipasa apaham, that is thirst. There is thirst, that is the pipasa, trishna. It is a symptom and also it is a disease. And there are so many conditions. Pipasa is one of the lakshana. So we used to treat, there are different kinds of the trishnas just by a simple the intake of jala. Okay, so that they used to treat, they used to overcome that conditions. Okay, like tandra. So whenever, usually for student life, so you can list tandra and nidrahara. So there are so many conditions. We used to feel that while reading, while writing. So the tandra they used to occur. So usually after taking the plenty of or sufficient amount of the food, to overcome the tandra, just you sprinkle, just you wash your face with the jala, so you can overcome the conditions like the tandra. Okay, chardi, that is like an antiemetic. So if there is a loss of the fluid, so to correct that fluid, so you can, like the simple the shadanga paniya in case of atisara, in case of the chardi conditions. So you can use just the shadanga paniya or musta paniya, the simple the preparations. So it will suppress it helps in the digestion, or it helps in stopping the atisara, like chardi conditions. Okay, given the conditions, the simple intake of just at bedtime, you can ask the person, ask the patient, take plenty of water. So during night time or during early morning, immediately after wake up, so ask that person, take plenty of water, who is suffering with the vibhanda conditions. Where there will be malabaddhata is there. When you take the plenty of water, the person he can easily, the defecation is very easily he used to pass the stool. Okay, in such type of conditions, vibhanda, chardi, vibhanda, tandra, these are the conditions where the shramanashana, klamahara, murchapaha, pipasapaha, these are the actions, karmas. Okay, so rud bhalakaram, which gives strength to the hrudaya. So how it is going to give the strength, as I think you are already come across with this in the extra the peritoneal, the covers of the cardiac, the layers where there will be the fluid is present. So if that fluid is reduces, so it is difficult to it is difficult to becomes to perform the functions. Okay, so in such type of conditions, which gives strength to the cardiac muscles. So nidraharam, as I think all are well versed with this the karma. Okay, tarpanam, hrudyam, guptarasam, that is anirdeshya rasa. The pure water is having, it will not have any taste. Anirdeshya rasa. Ajirna shamam. So as you all know, if you take the heavy food, so where there will be difficulty in digestion, just the intake of Ushna Jala. So they used to get digest the, so whatever the food we have used to consume. Okay. Nityam Hitam. So every day we used to take, it is an Patya. Okay. And Sheetalam. Then, so this is important, the point. Types of Jala. So based on the Desha, there are different types of Jala. So based on the Desha, based on the Yoni, based on the Ushnata. So depending upon this, we used to classify the Jala. Okay, so based on the Desha, so as you all know, the Jangala, Anupa, Sadharana, these are the Desha. So from which Desha you are going to collect the Jala. So depending upon that, we used to give the names as a Jangala Jala. The Jala which is obtained from the Jangala Desha, that is called as Jangala Jala. The Jala which is obtained from Anupa Desha, that is called as Anupa Jala. And the Jala which is obtained from Sadharana Desha, that is called as Sadharana Jala. So already you come across with this Jangala Desha, Anupa Desha and Sadharana Desha. So I will not go in detail about this. So but we will discuss the properties of this Jangala Jala, Anupa Jala and Sadharana Jala. Okay. So first, the Jangala Jala ke Lakshana. So how it the qualities of Jangala Jala. Okay. So Janghalam, Salilam, Ruksham, Lavanam, Lagupithanut, Vannikrut, Kafarut, Patyam, Vikaran, Harit, Bahun. So if you are interested in bhayating the shlokas, you can note down these shlokas, or otherwise directly. So Jangala Jala Lakshana or Jangala Jala Gunas, the properties. Directly you can mention the properties. Okay. So Janghalam, Salilam, Ruksham, Lavanam. The Jangala Jala, that is the Jala which is obtained from Jangala Desha, which is having Lavana Rasa, Lavanam. Okay. Lavanam. And it is having Ruksha Guna. Janghalam, Salilam. The Jangala Jala which is having Ruksha Guna, Lavana Rasa, Lagu Ruksha Gunas, Lagu Ruksha Guna, and the Lavana Rasa, that is the Jala which is having the predominancy of Lavana Rasas. Okay, and the Pitta Nut, it does Pitta Shavana Karma, Pitta Nut. Vanni Krut, it does Vanni Vardhana. Kafarut, Kavashamaka, Pathya, Vikaran Harate Bahun, which can cure many of the diseases. Okay, so the Jala which is obtained from Jangala Desha is called as Jangala Jala, which is having the properties like Lavasa, Laguruksha Guna, Kapita Shamaka Karma, Kafa, Pitta, Shamaka Karma, and it is having Dosha Karma Gnata, the Karma is having Deepana and Patya. Deepana and Patya. So in brief you can write. So Jangala Jala Lakshana, Jangala Jala Gunas, it is having Lavana Rasa, Lagu Ruksha Guna, and it is having Kahapitta Shamaka Karma and Dosha Karma. Dhatu Karma is Deepana and Patya. Okay, so this is about Jala Lakshana. Next, Anupa Jala Lakshana. Anupa Jala Lakshana and its properties. Anupam Vayur Abhishandi Smadhu Snigdham Ghanam Guru Vannirut Kafakrut Hrudham Vikaran Kurute Bahun. So this is one of the NEET examination question. One of the NEET examination question or YYC question. Vikaran Kurute Bahun. And already you come across with Anupa Desha Lakshana also. So the Anupa Desha is not suitable area, suitable place or suitable Desha for the surviving. So that is they used to say like Jangala Desha, Sadharana Desha. So Jangala Desha is the best Desha for the survivalence. As you all know, the Anupa Desha where the more water is present. So because of the water sources, like the most of the krimis. Simple example you can take nowadays. This is the best season where the mosquitoes are. The plenty of mosquitoes are available, especially in the Anupa Desha. So you can take the statistical data of like the Udupi, like the Shivamogga, where the rainfall will be more in such type of area. If you see the cases of the dengue, cases of malaria, there are compared to the Jangala Desha, so in that particular area, number of cases will be more. There is Kan Kurute Bahun. Okay, so Anupam Vayur Abhishandhi. The Anupajala which is having Abhishandi Guna, Anupajala is having which obstruct the Srotasas, which is not good for to maintain the normal health. Okay, so Anupajala which is having Abhishandi Guna, Swadhu which is having Madhura Rasa. See, Jangala Jala which is having Lavada Rasa, whereas Anupajala is having Madhura Rasa. Okay, Snigdha Guru Guna, Snigdham Ghanam Guru is having Snigdha and Guru Guna. Vanne Hrut Kafa Krudh, Krudyam, that is, it does the Shamana of the Agni. Whereas Jangala Jala does the Agni Vardhana Karma, whereas Anupajala does Vanne Agni Shamana Karma. Okay, Vanne Hrut Kafa Krudh, that is Jatara Agni Kafa Shamana Karma. Krudyam Vikaran Kurute Bahun, which will produce us the many of the or plenty of the diseases. Okay, so Jala which is obtained from Anupadesha is called as Anupajala, which is having Madhura Rasa, Guru Snigdha Guna, Kafa Karaka, Vanni Hrut Kafa Krudh, Vanni Hrut, Vanni, it is Agni Shamaka, Kafa Krudh, Kafa Vardhana Karma. Okay, so Madhura Rasa, Guru Snigdha Guna, Kafa Vardhaka. And karma is Abhishandi Karaka, Mandhagni Karaka, Vanni Hrut, that is Abhishandi Karaka and Mandhagni Karaka. The lastly, based on the Desha, Sadharana Jalake Lakshanam. Sadharanam tu Madhuram, Deepanam Sheetalam Lagu, Tarpanam Rochanam, Trushna Daha, Doshatraya Pranut. Doshatraya Pranut. Okay, so the Jala which is obtained from Sadharana Desha is called as Sadharana Jala, which is having Madhura Rasa, Laghu Shita Guna. See, Anupadesha Jala Lakshana is having Guru Snigdha Guna. Anupadesha Jala is having Guru Snigdha Guna, whereas Sadharana Jala is having Laghu and Shita Guna. It is having Tridosha Shamaka. It is very important. Sadharana Jala is having Tridosha Shamaka. But whereas Anupajala, which is having, that is Kafa Vardhaka. Okay, so this is Tridosha Shamaka. And Karma is Agni Deepaka. Sadharana Jala and Jangala Jala, it is Agni Deepaka. Trupti Karaka. Trushna and Daha Shamaka. Okay. But examination point of view, it is not that much important. You can so many times already in the first year, in the second year, in the paper one also we have come across with this Jala, that is a Desha based on the classification or collection of the drugs. So they will already come across with this Lakshana of Deshas. But here Lakshana of Jala we are concentrating. Okay, so just in one or two words you can remember about the karmas of the individual based Desha Jala Lakshana. Okay, so this is very important examination point of view for 5 marks question, and sometimes it may ask for 3 marks question also. Okay, so individual they used to ask. So according to the source, according to the yoni, the Jala is mainly classified into 2 types, Divya Jala and the Bhauma Jala. So mainly 2 types. In some the journals, there is international the publications, they used to describe 4 types of Jala also. So we are not going to, that is different. Here in the classical text, what they used to mention based on the yoni is of Divya Jala and Bhauma Jala. The Jala which is obtained from, that is the rainwater, that is called as a Divya Jala. Okay, and Bhauma Jala, the Jala which is obtained from the Bhumi, that may be underground or by the deep well or from the ponds or from the rivers or from the the oceans. That is all considered Bhauma Jala. So what is Divya Jala? The Jala that is the rainwater. The rainwater is called as Divya Jala. Okay. So mainly 2 types based on the yoni. Divya Jala and Bhauma Jala. So please remember this one. This is important one. So what is Divya Jala and what are its properties? Sheetam Suchi Shivam Ishtam Vimalam Lagu Pittanut Prakrutya Divyam Udakam. Prakrutya Divyam Udakam. Sheetam Shuchi Sivam Mishtam Vimalam Lagu Pittanut. The jala that falls from the sky into the earth. The jala that falls from the sky into the earth is called as Divya Jala. Okay? So when it falls into the earth, at that time you have to collect. Not after completely falling into the earth. Okay? The rainwater you can collect while during the rain. During the rain you can